Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Witchcraft. Um, Judging by the title and thumbnail and all that, you might be a bit confused about what's going on. So let me very quickly bring you up to speed. We reset the world. So I know I left a lot of projects hanging. They're on the previous series, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. I was in kind of development hell on the last episode, trying to do something really kind of zany, and it really just wasn't panning off the way I wanted, anyways. So you know what? I ain't even mad. But we've reset the server. We are on 1.15.2. I know we are deep into some very cool Nether update snapshots right now, and we're very excited to update to that once those are live. We are not currently playing on snapshots, but we are, just to get a few quick and dirty housekeeping things out of the way, we are playing vanilla survival. We are using some vanilla tweaks type stuff, and I'll get into that in a minute. It's very similar to what the Hermitcraft people are doing. As a matter of fact, we are playing on the same seed that the current season 7, I guess, Hermitcraft world is on. So I will show you a map and break down everything there is to see there. But yeah, a bunch of us are playing on this. We have been for, what has it been now? A week? Maybe a little over a week? Don't remember exactly. It's been a week, maybe two. It's not been very long. We've all been very hard at work. As you can see, I've already, you know, I'm already very deep into acquiring some gear. A lot of that was thanks to villager trading, of course. Very powerful these days. Zing was hard at work in the spawn, getting villagers set up, and yeah, that's been a huge help. So we are on the Hermitcraft 7 seed. And I will show you where on the map I am and what my plans are right now, and then we'll get into a little bit of work. I already know what project we're going to start on today, so yeah, let's take a look at what the plan is here. All right, so right here we've got a map of the world that we are using at the moment. Like I said, it's the Hermitcraft Season 7 seed. It's a fantastic seed. There's a lot of really cool things that I'll quickly go over. As you can see, we've got the seed here if you are interested. Using Mine Atlas to take a look at the map here. So a couple of notable things to go over real quick so we can get right into the action. Right here in the middle, we have got Spawn, which is a pretty decent sized mushroom island, which is very nice to have a spawn there. To the south, we've got this absolutely gigantic mesa, which is really cool, scattered all over the place. Are like little islands and tons of various, biomes. So to begin with, I went right up into this spot right here and set up a little like temporary, like just hole in the ground, did a little bit of mining, got a couple of basic things together, and then shipped off to where I'm going to be working. I believe there's a mob farm set up in the desert here that Zing did. It's somewhere in this vicinity. Well, here, let me turn on a village because I know it's close to the village. Yeah, so it must be like right here, I think. So yeah, there's that. I think Zing is located in this area right here, I think. I know this sort of area, a lot of the hermits are playing in these jungles. I think like Exumas are like right around here, and a couple of others. I watch a few of the Hermitcraft fellas, and yeah, so I've seen a couple of things they're doing. It's very cool. We have a world border set about 4,000 blocks in every direction from spawn, so like -4,000, +4,000. I'm pretty sure that's about where it is. So it's like right in this area over here, and I am right here. So there's some extreme hills and some plains and a forest and some icy areas here. It's very cool. This is where I will be building, and let's take a look at what we're working with here. All right, so we have whipped out the good old camera account here, and this is kind of the area. That's the little house I was standing next to here in the intro. This is in a naturally generated village. It's not a very impressive village. There's what, one, two, three, four, five houses. So I picked the big one on the hill here, and that I just sort of set up in temporarily. Um, yeah, so it's got a very cool cliff face mountainous area right here that I thought would be perfect. Um, so the idea is kind of in the little area there, level it off there on the right and build like a big mansion, sort of build it up into the mountain, maybe have other parts come out of the top of the mountain, towers and rooms and sort of all sorts of stuff. On that little outcrop right there into the ocean, maybe do some sort of lighthouse tower type situation. I want to turn this into a more functional town. So I think what I want to do is I want to do a fair bit of terraforming, tear down all the village houses and rebuild them in a style that sort of matches what I'm going to do with the big mansion. And maybe widen the little river out here, make it look a little nicer, maybe add a small lake with that I can put some nice little buildings around, that sort of thing, get it to come over here and actually connect to the ocean. Maybe I'll put like a sea gate of some sort in to protect the village from raiders coming in from the sea, that sort of thing. Like I said, rebuild a lot of the village. I want to do something kind of cool with a big nether portal build in that big hill there. Do like a mine goes down into the mountain, all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna do a whole lot to this village. That is the plan. Temporarily, that's my fish farm, my AFK fish farm down there in a temporary, really, really crappy fishing hut. I would like to make an actual fishing hut sort of built around a fish farm, but that was just temporary. Yeah, so the style I'm going for is kind of a fantasy Norse inspired kind of, not quite so like Norse, like ancient Norse, where you're thinking like, turf and wood and things like that. Like I want there to be more stone and metal and things like that. So it's not going to be like historically accurate Norse, but I want it to be very Norse inspired. Like I want you to look at it and be brought back to things like Skyrim and you know all these really really cool, very like pointy roofed and badass sort of buildings. So that is kind of the plan. I've been playing around in creative a little bit, just getting an idea what sort of block palette I might be looking at. I haven't been, not like last season, I didn't just straight up build the entire thing. So yeah, we've got this beautiful area to work with. And I think today the first thing I want to do is the storage I've got here is a real problem. I don't know if you can see me hiding in here from the monsters. I've got all of like 5 double chests in here, and I'm maxed out on space. So we have got to get out of this little starter house and get into something a little bit better. So let me swap back over to Kimray and sleep, get rid of some of these monsters, and yeah, let's see what we can get done today. Alright, so like I said, storage has become a bit of an issue, so we are going to work on a temporary sort of storage area until we can build the mansion up on the hill. That project is going to take some time, but I don't want to put it off like last time. I want to get into that one quickly, but we need to do some material gathering first, and in order to gather material, we have to be able to store materials. So I have dug out this area under here. My thought is I want it to be kind of a water-based town. This town would have sprung up here because it's got this defensible position, it's got access to water for trade and food and blah, blah, blah. So if we've got something that deals in sea trade enough to warrant a wall to guard the harbor, then surely most of the goods would be coming by boat. They'd come up, it'd unload, and then you'd want somewhere very close to store it. So we are going to put a storehouse, a warehouse of some kind down here underground. I'm going to have the doorway come out of here and plenty of space in here to store some goods and things until we can get moved up there. Maybe it'll connect to some of the other farms and things that I'm going to put in. You know, we're just going to sort of roll with it and see what happens. The sign there is just so I don't forget what the plan was. Yeah, plenty of decoration, and it'll look really cool and totally fit in with the town, even once I move all my stuff out of it and up into the storage area. So yeah, I guess let's just get some chests down so I can plop down my materials here. I swore I would not do dark oak again, and yet, as you can see, I'm clearly doing dark oak again. Although I will be doing a lot of spruce as well, so not all bad. So I think what we want to do, if we just kind of play with this a little bit here, have sort of a arched-ish, like a tapered, maybe stone roof with some supports. Maybe there'll be some dirt and roots coming in through the top, especially because right over top here, as you can see, the village spawned with this kind of cool sort of centerpiece for the town, which is this tree area, which I'd like to keep. Maybe not this exact thing, because the tree's kind of underwhelming, but maybe we'll take this idea and maybe ramp it up a little bit, make it look a little cooler. So I think it could be cool to have maybe some roots sticking down, or, you know, some evidence that there is a big cool tree up above. Stone floor and some shelves built up to hold all of our stuff. So I'm going to put a little progress, a little work in, and get back to you in a second. Alright, so a ton of progress has been made here. I wanted to show you what I had. By the way, the podzol here is kind of temporary. I grew 2x2 big ass spruce trees, and that was a byproduct of that, which I didn't realize was a thing. So that's interesting and good to know. Some of it might stay. I don't know. We'll see. But this is what we've got. So we've got dark oak beams that I've stripped, and a lot of the rest of the wood is spruce. And we've got chests and barrels sort of haphazardly placed on the shelves. This is just what I could make with the wood that I had at the moment. I'll need to go gather some more, and I'll flesh the rest of these shelves out. So this gives you an idea of what I'm going for here. Another thing, other than just, you know, putting some of these bad boys, maybe I'll put some barrels facing up like that, give it a slightly different look. Another idea, because I want to decorate this some, another idea would be some of these guys. Now I'm wondering, if I get rid of this, see, they don't stack very closely together, now do they? Because I was wondering. Oh, interesting. So that's, I didn't realize that's how those broke. Because I'm looking for new and interesting ways to try and decorate this some. And now I'm kind of at a loss. I'll definitely play with that, but I'm gonna flesh this out a little bit more. But yeah, I really kind of dig this. The other thing will be to get the floors to meet up nice, and then to sort of get the entrance area fleshed out here too, probably with some stone. Make it look real nice. So that's what's next on the agenda. But the idea being, I'll get this all filled up with storage, and then this will be where I keep stuff, for the time being at least. So it should be pretty cool. Yeah. I think it turned out really nice. So if you have any ideas for ways to decorate this, I would love to hear. because that is definitely not something I'm super good at, but I do want to get maybe some armor stands in here, put some gear on it, some like tripwire hooks on some of these posts, maybe to hang some things. Yeah, because we've got the book that the hermits use to model arbor stands and stuff to decorate with. So I definitely want to employ that. So yeah, I guess at this point I should probably wrap this one up a little bit and see if I have something else to show you in a moment. I don't know. I'm really inspired at the moment. So let's keep doing it. All right. So progress has been made, and if we fly down here, you can see in all of its glory the front entrance. Well, that's not good now, is it? All of my villagers should be safely tucked away in their buildings, locked in. I hear one. Yeah, you're hiding in here somewhere, aren't you? Yeah, there you are. Okay. Interesting. Must have just been a spawned one. Anyways, yeah, so we've got the entrance. It works. You know, it's not amazing, but I'm happy with it. Got the open doors. I did a little bit to the walkway here. I'll probably get rid of some more of this podzol. I don't know. Kind of like it. We'll see. But you can see inside it's all decorated up. I spent far too long playing with the armor stands book. And this is what I accomplished. You got, you know, bow with some arrows in some buckets here. You got a fishing rod laying there against the wall. Sword and shield. You got some bins of fish, and I know it's bone meal, but I'm imagining it to be like salt for meat and things. Other tools, some little hay bales. Got a small pile of leather back here. Cut piece of rope dangling from the loop. You know, just some little odds and ends make it feel really nice. Yeah, I think it looks pretty great. I'm quite happy with this, especially for my first foray into this sort of thing. So yeah, this took a lot longer than I thought it would. It is kind of amazing how much time it can take you to gather the materials, especially when you're first starting out and don't have a ton of farms up. And then, God, the amount of time you can spend playing with these armor stands, which is super cool. And if you aren't familiar, when I'm talking about the armor stands, I can show you real quick. Let me just craft up an armor stand real quick. All right, so the way that this this works, go up here. I got a little open room. The way that this works is you've got this book, Statues version 2.6, which just was a book and quill that you sign titled Statues, and it becomes that. So you plop down your armor stand, and and basically this will latch onto whatever unlocked armor stand is closest to you. So the book has all this stuff in it, but to give you a quick and dirty idea, if I show the arms, boom, the arms show up, and then I can make, you know, make him hold whatever, boom, it's in his hand, I can swap that to the other hand, so there's things in both hands, put it on his head, all sorts of stuff, and then I can, you know, pose him. There's some preset ones that are kind of interesting. You know, and I can adjust every piece and, you know, articulate it however I want, make him point at things, all sorts of cool things. I can make the armor stand invisible, and I can make the base disappear, all sorts of stuff. So this is really great for, you know, decorating or making dioramas or all sorts of stuff like that. So I can, go in here and I can, you can see there's plenty of variables here that you can change. You can lock it, or, there's some pre-made stuff that I used a lot, like the tool rack one will attach it to a tripwire hook, which you saw me use that for the sword. I manually placed the other ones because otherwise they went in upside down. It only really looks nice for the swords, in my opinion, or, laying them flat, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, so that is what I've been spending a ton of time doing, is playing with the armor stands to do this stuff. Oh, put this back in here too. So yeah, it has been some good fun. So yeah, episode 1 got a storage project all taken care of for some introductory storage. I've been really enjoying this sort of decorating type thing, so we might do a little bit more of that in the next episode before we get onto the base building for my manor house up on the mountain, because that's going to take quite a bit of material gathering to even get started on it, because I unfortunately decided to use dark oak again, and yeah, also dead coral blocks, so that's going to take some time to get started on the gathering of. So I think, yeah, we'll probably do some other sort of decoration project like this next time, but we'll see. Anyways, that is all I've got time for. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by in this new series. And yeah, if you liked this episode, be sure to leave a like. And if you really like it and want to be notified when I upload, be sure to subscribe, ding the bell, all that good stuff. And yeah, I will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.